Yo guys, what's up? I got the plays for you today in the NBA for Monday. And today we got 3 games of basketball and I got 3 picks for you. They are going to smack. And I'm telling you this right now because we have the track record. We've proven this. This was the play I dropped on the Discord yesterday and it was sweat free. Literally cashed it in the third quarter. This was unfortunately the play in the YouTube video. I recap my wins and my losses and unfortunately this one was a loss. But on the VIP, which is where I put most of my time and my research into, we cooked. This was 5-1 on the games picks yesterday. And then on Saturday, we had a legacy day, 8-1 on our VIP card. So we are continuing to cook. And guys, playoffs, even if it's NHL, NBA, or even regular season MLB, we are going crazy right now. We're going to hit these 3 plays. Before we get into them, I want you guys to do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video. Takes you 2 seconds, completely free. If we could get to 10 likes, it would mean the absolute world to me. So go ahead and smack that like button. I don't miss any days for you guys dropping free picks. I would love it if you guys clicked one button for me. Now, let's get into talking about the winnable, because if you guys want to unlock plays like this on the Discord, make sure you guys are locked in on the winnable. This is where I send out all my plays and you guys can get instant access to the Discord. You can also just hop on the Discord on its own. It's whatever it is. Make sure you guys are locked in here because this is the community that is continuing to grow and we got more and more people cashing out. So if you want to win, make sure you're in the community. Now, let's get straight into, well, I forgot to recap what happened on the VIP yesterday. It wasn't just this. We had an insane strategy here over on the correlation. And if you guys really don't care about math or making money on sports betting, just skip like 2 minutes ahead in the video. I don't want to waste your time if that's you. If you guys actually want to make money on an app like PrizePicks, on PrizePicks specifically, and you want to know what the math behind it is, watch these 2 minutes. It's might actually change your life and your sports betting career. So what happened on PrizePicks yesterday? We unleashed one of our strategies right here where we took 9 four-mans, or 10 four-mans, 9 or 10 four-mans. It depends on if you count the one that rebooted. 9 or 10 four-mans right here. And what happened was a lot of them missed. 7 of them actually missed, which means we had 7 misses and only 2 wins, right? And a dumb player might look at that and go, what? 7 misses and 2 wins? That's like almost 20%, right? That's not very good at all. It's 20% here. But a smart player is looking at that and going, that was plus 900 plays on every single one. Plus 900 because you're getting a 10x on every single one of these, right? Well, what happened? We cashed out 2 of them, right? 2 of them we cashed using our correlation methods. One here in soccer and esports, one here in soccer and Call of Duty. This was League of Legends, Call of Duty. We smacked these 2 plays, right? And everybody in the VIP, nobody was complaining about saying, we lost 7 plays. We only won 2 plays. You're a horrible sports picker. Nobody said that because we made a fuck ton of money. And how did this work? Well, if every single play is paying you 10x what you put in, you guys can do the math. You submit 9 plays. You get -9 because you lost 9 units. You lost 9 units. Then you win 2 plays. So those 2 plays pay for 20 units. And then it's an easy math from there. Profit of 11 units. So how is this going to change your life and change your sports betting career? We're using a strategy called correlation on this, where these 2 players are correlated together, meaning they're very likely to go over together or under together. And then we're also doing the same thing in League of Legends and in Call of Duty right here with all these guys. You guys can see it's very, very likely right here that we got 2 greens, 2 reds, right? Here, there's a couple 2 reds. These guys went red together. These guys split. These guys went red together. These guys went green, 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 green. And it's very obvious that correlation is being used here. And we're using it very well. 2 greens, 2 reds. Same thing's happening right here. So that's the kind of stuff that we're running over on the VIP to make an insane amount of money on apps like PrizePicks, because this is just not valuable on other apps. Like PrizePicks is probably the easiest app to beat if you know what you're doing. And I'm researching this stuff every single day. So if you guys want to understand the math behind it and understanding how is this guy actually profiting more and how is this guy researching his plays and making money on this stuff, well, it's stuff that looks like this. And it's really not that hard if you take the time to get into it. Now, that's enough about that. I appreciate those of you guys who watched that whole thing because it helped you as well. Now let's get back into the sports picks for today. Well, moving into play number 1 right here, we're taking Scotty Barnes on the under at 14.5 field goals attempted. Now, why are we taking Scotty here on the under? Well, first off, he's hit the under in almost 60% of games this season. And in the head-to-head going up against the Cavs, he does hit the under quite a bit. Now, why exactly will this matchup not be a great one for Scotty Barnes? Well, you saw it in game number 1. He got 14 field goals attempted, which is good, but not great. And if you look at what's happening here on the Raptors side of the ball, Quickly is likely coming back in this game. Brandon Ingram is shooting a ridiculous amount of shots. RJ Barrett is shooting a ridiculous amount of shots. And even Jakob Poeltl is taking more shots than he probably should, or at least he should when he's in this current form. And that's just not leaving very many opportunities for a guy like Scottie Barnes, who is super impactful, by the way, on the defensive end. One of the best defenders in the NBA, like straight up, like not even kidding. And that actually does kind of impact the ability that he's, his potential on the offensive end, because he's working himself out so much on the defensive end. And this might sound stupid, but because he's not getting that many opportunities on the offensive end. And he'll still get a ton of minutes because of how impactful he is on the defense. But this has happened for quite a while over the entire season. It's happening a lot recently. 85% of games in the last 20, 9 out of his last 10 games hit the under. And with quickly coming back, and it just makes more and more sense to go ahead and fade a guy like Scottie Barnes right here. So we're taking him on the under at 14.5. And now we're moving into play number 2. So we're going to go game by game. That was Raptors versus Cavs. And now we're going for Knicks and Hawks. And we're taking Dyson Daniels here on the over at 5.5 assists. So Dyson Daniels has hit this over very, very consistently recently, hitting this in 4 out of his last 5 games. And he is cooking when he's playing very, very good teams. Like the Cavs, he's getting 12 assists against them. Like the Knicks in game 1, 11 assists against them. This guy is the real deal. And why are we taking him here to get a lot of minutes and a lot of assists? Well, first off, this is a profitable matchup to shooting guards. The Knicks allow a bottom 10 number of assists. Second of all, he's hit this in a lot of games recently against the Knicks. Like, this is a weird trend, but if you look at just games, these are all from last season. If you look at just games from this season, these 4 games, all 4 from this season, this one from the playoffs, he's hitting the over here on the assists in 3 out of those last 4 games. So it's a very, very good spot for Dyson Daniels. And kind of similar to Scottie Barnes, he is way more impactful on defensive end than he is on the offensive end. But that's a good thing because it helps him get a lot of minutes out there, because he's not going to get minutes if he's not good on defense. But he provides on defense above and beyond. And then he's able to get a lot of minutes on offense. And because he is really just a player on a team that moves the ball a ton, right? He gets a lot of assists. He knows how to swing right. He knows how to dribble and drive and get in the paint and then kick it out, which is what the Hawks do a ridiculous amount. And actually the Knicks are pretty susceptible to that exact thing. As you can see right here, Dyson Daniels has done very, very well in this line recently. Now, before we get into the last play of the day, I want to talk about one thing super quickly, which is how you guys can make money on these apps. Just straight up easy money. And it's by signing up for apps. And you're on PrizePicks right now. You're probably already on FanDuel. You're probably already on 1 or 2 apps. But if you're not on an app like Underdog, what are you doing? They're giving you $50 once you play your first $5. And if you guys lock in with code BAM, you'll be able to unlock that promo. And if you're in any one of these yellow states, you should 100% be taking advantage of this. And it's not just for the $50. It is for this. Underdog is giving everybody better payouts forever. You get a Jokic free square, which you guys can see right here, and they're giving you better payouts as well. So a 2-man pays 3.5x, a 3-man pays 6.5x. This is insane. Like, we are 100% taking advantage of this, and we're not going to slow down. Underdog is the place to be right now over on that end. And if you guys are already on Underdog, well, go ahead and sign up on Novig. This is why I'm telling you guys, the more apps, the better, because right now Novig is giving you the same thing. Spend $5, get $50 when you use code BAM. And for this one, you literally take 5 minutes out of your day, get on a new app, and you get $50 back in the bank. I saw somebody drop it in the comments yesterday. I'm glad I skipped all the Underdog and Novig stuff. Are they realizing that they're getting $100 for free? Are they realizing that they're getting the best value on the market? Probably not. Because here's the thing. Most sports bettors are lazy. And they don't want to do things like this because they think they're already all good with one app and a little bit of ball knowledge. That's not good, guys. Take the value when apps are giving it to you. Take the free picks. Take the free money. Take the better payouts. Take all of this stuff because the math adds up in the long run. Make sure you guys are locked in. Now, let's get into play number 3. We're going over to the last game, which is going to be a late night game. Minnesota at Denver. And we're taking Naz Reid here on the over at 10 points. 10.5 points. He's hit the over here in 7 of the last 10 games and in almost 70% of games this season. And it's a very good matchup because you're looking at this and you're going, well, most of the Washington Wizards for some reason, most of the Minnesota Timberwolves are healthy, but the most important guy does not look up to scratch. In this case, Anthony Edwards is that guy, and he, even though he's questionable in this game, even if he might play a few minutes in this game, it looks like he's not shooting on form. He's not fully healthy, feeling himself. And the Nuggets are simply running away with it because Anthony Edwards is not at that level. Naz Reid is going to have to step up, and he did just step up, not in this last game, but in a lot of games recently. 7 of the last 10 games. And because he had a little bit of an off game here, I expect a bounce back from him to get 11 or more points. And yeah, that's all I got for this one. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Let's make some money on NBA Monday.